Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Sam, and this week I wanted to do another reading vlog of reading a few books that I have been putting off. Starting out this vlog, I'm going to be reading Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. This is the second book in the Red Rising series. I read the first book in this series over a year ago, I think, and enjoyed it, but wasn't completely obsessed with it as like a lot of other people seem to be recently. And just never got around to putting the next book on hold at my library or making any priority to pick it up. And then I think a lot of the book girlies in the last couple months have been reading this series, loving this series, and really talking about this series. So I decided to put the audiobook on hold at my library for the first book and do a reread of that. And I think I picked up on a little bit more, understood a little bit more, and then decided to continue on the series. So that's how we got into Golden Sun, finally reading that one, and have the next two books on hold, just trying to continually get my holds going because the waits are fairly long. Now, I have been reading this book for a week already, just about, and I'm only 50% of the way through this book. And this ebook is being returned back to the library on Friday, and I have tried to do the like airplane mode hack and it doesn't work. So hopefully I can get my butt into gear and read like 5 hours worth of this book before like 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I have not had any time to really sit down and properly read this book. I feel like this series specifically, you need to have time to sit down for at least an hour and really get into it, because honestly, until almost the 50% mark, I was kind of struggling through this book again. I feel like getting into book 2, there was a bit of a time jump. So I didn't really understand what was happening between the end of the last book and where this book has started. There's a lot of just titles and job positions, I guess, and people's names. And I'm like, I literally just listened to this book. I guess it has been a couple months now at this point, but fairly recently, I have been trying my best to read these books close together, and I feel like I forget so much of what's going on. I do feel like that's gotten a little bit better at this point, and I'm starting to see some of these friendships and relationships really take off. And girl, I was almost in tears this morning. I did not think I was going to be in tears yet. This book is a lot more political. There's a lot more, I guess, yeah, just politics, conflict between different families in power, conflict obviously between the different colors, which is not unheard of, not unusual for this world. Yeah, just a lot of the like tech and family names positions was really confusing to me, and I still don't know if I can really explain anything, but I am enjoying it now. I want to continue reading, but alas, I have to go to work. I have a few other books out from the library that will fit in this vlog well, so hopefully we can just do a bunch of reading, get back on track, and just have fun. I feel like, especially this last week of feeling like I needed to get this book read to do this vlog, to get this book read before the library hold goes back, I just feel like I'm not reading for fun. And so I want to get back to that. I want to just be excited about the books that I'm reading. Let's go to work, and then hopefully we can get a good chunk of this read today. Hello everybody, I wanted to do a quick check-in because I have finished Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. I did end up finishing it before my library hold went back, I guess. I feel like I need to sit on it a bit. I'm feeling a little bit conflicted about what to rate it, but also I wanted to check in when I actually finish it and not wait till Monday as per usual. Right now I'm thinking a 4.5 star because it did take me a really long time to get into, and I definitely feel like I missed a lot. Part of me wants to watch like a recap of like book 1 and book 2, especially before going into book 3, which I think is Morningstar. I just want to have all of the information straight. Pierce Brown is ruthless. This book is so painful. I teared up multiple times, and I feel so connected to these characters and their like interpersonal relationships. And also there's so many comments on society and life and people in power. It's just such an interesting read, and it's just like very different to a lot of things that I read. I don't know. Really enjoyed it, but also definitely took me some time to get into and wrap my head around. So I don't know. I'm thinking 4.5 stars because of that. Now, logically, based on my library holds and what is the most overdue, I feel like I should be reading Thunderhead next, which is book 2 of the Arc of a Scythe by Neil Shusterman. It's been a minute since I have read that series, but this is a YA sci-fi kind of dystopian, and I feel like reading 2 books like that kind of back to back is not a good idea. But maybe I will. I feel like I just need something easy and like fast paced to read after I feel like I use so much brain power reading Golden Sun. So I was gonna read a romance, but I think maybe I will just read Thunderhead. I guess I'll check in once I have an actual update. I didn't think I'd be able to read any more today because when I was reading Golden Sun this morning trying to finish it, it was a lot. But now I just want to keep reading and reading and reading. So we'll see what happens. Hello everybody, happy Monday. I'm here to do a check-in because over the weekend I started Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. This is book 2 in the Arc of a Scythe series, and I'm almost halfway through. I don't have a ton to say about this one. Obviously, again, this is another second book to a series, so it's hard for me to necessarily talk about what's exactly going on. But this is another sci-fi in this world. They've created this like artificial intelligence cloud that kind of oversees everything. They have evolved to eliminate death and disease and like natural disasters. So it's this very like idyllic world in a sense where like you're kind of just living, I guess, your fulfillment. But in order to curb population and to maintain balance with the earth, there are a group of people called scythes that are responsible for gleaning, which is ending people's lives permanently, because they can go in these situations where, you know, like let's say like you jump in front of a car and they are dead-ish, so they go to these like revival centers, but scythes make that permanent. And so we're following 2 different young adults. I think in this book they are 18. In book 1 they were a little bit younger, and following them learn the ways of scythedom and learning the rules and getting into that. So obviously this is very much a continuation of that. There's a lot of like political things that are going on. There's not necessarily a government in here, but you know, like political things going on between the scythedom and the rest of the population and the Thunderhead. And it's just very fascinating. It's a lot of like similarities to society and the world currently, and also has some like thought-provoking nature to it. There's a lot of questions about, I guess, morality and moral decisions and like the way that the sides execute their role. It's just very fascinating. I'm really enjoying it. I did have to watch a little bit of a speed recap of book 1, which definitely helped. I forgot some of the minute details. But yeah, that's all I really have to update on for now. I guess I'll check in when I'm a little bit further into it maybe, or finished. I guess we'll just see if I have any actual thoughts. Hello everybody, I wanted to quickly wrap up this video because I did end up finishing Thunderhead today. I was hoping to get one more book read in this video, but this book took me all week. I feel like all the books that I've been reading recently have been taking a lot longer to read, so we're just gonna wrap it up here, start a new one come next week, and try again. I really don't know what to rate this one. I think maybe 3.5 stars. I feel like there was a lot of this that was very slow, but sort of the political kind of moves and decisions that people were making overall started to really pick up and become very interesting just in the way that this world works. The ending was wild. This is a YA like teen. It's shelved as teen at my library. That ending was traumatic, very heavy and graphic. I was flabbergasted. But it definitely made me want to immediately pick up the next book, so I guess it did its job. But yeah, overall, I just really don't have much to say about this one. I kind of enjoyed it, but by the end I was starting to get very just tired of reading it, I guess. So yeah, there was a lot more characters that were introduced in this one, so there was times that got a bit confusing because it also does change perspectives just in the middle of a chapter. Yeah, it was okay. But with that being said, that is going to be it for this week's video. Like I said, I was hoping to get one more read, but it just was not in the cards this week. Let me know what you have been reading recently. I would love to chat with you. And if you'd like to find me on the other corners of the internet, all of my links are linked down below. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.